The video I promised you about separating hands, separating our body. The proper word is hands independence, where right hand can jump and left hand can play legato, where you can lift right hand and play legato with the left hand, or other way around. The first time I faced that would be, I'm not sure, it was Bach Minuet or Polonaise I think I played. I found it so unpleasant. It feels like your whole body is being pulled apart because we're so symmetrically built. If the right hand goes up, left hand immediately, it's almost like a reflex. Your left hand wants to follow. And we want to train our fingers, not fingers, but hands, to work independently. It actually came from, the very first exercise came from my own very first teacher. And the exercise is, it actually works for legato and staccato. For example, left hand plays legato while right hand plays staccato. And other way around. It's not that easy to do right away. It's just going to take a little, I don't know, it usually takes about 10 minutes. If it takes you longer, no big deal, but it's definitely possible. The trick is not to attempt to do something like that while you're playing a new piece, while you're thinking about all the notes, you're thinking about, you have so much to think about besides that separation. Take 5 keys, do, re, mi, fa, sol, or C, D, E, F, G. 5 keys in the right hand, 5 keys in the left hand. And try to play right hand staccato slowly. When you don't have to think about what you're playing when you're playing just with 5 keys going up and down. You're not thinking about notes, right? So your brain are free to. Our brains are amazing machines. They can do so much, but we need to give them a little space and time to do it. So by picking something easy, where you don't have to think about notes, and then do the same thing with the opposite hands. Left hand plays staccato while right hand plays legato. And then go faster. And then go faster and see if you can, once you feel you are in charge, you can apply it to a piece you're playing. So the same thing would work for playing right hand forte, left hand piano. Usually the melody is in the right hand and left hand, there is an accompaniment in the left hand and you want to play the left hand quieter. But what happens, we end up playing that's equally loud, and usually basses just overwhelms the right hand and the melody is lost and the piece is no longer pretty. So we're going to take the same C, D, E, F, G and try to play right hand loud while left hand quiet. Think of the right hand being iron-like, heavy. Can you hear my right hand plays louder? Take 2 keys and try to adjust. If you look, I usually show my students right here how deep the key goes. If you can press the key all the way down, and that's going to give you a loud sound. Or you can press the key just lightly, and the keys are not pressed all the way down to make a sound. But but still there's going to be a sound, which is going to be a soft sound, quiet sound. So try not to press all the way down with your left hand and all the way in with your right hand. And go very, very slowly. Right hand is being louder. And as you're feeling more comfort and more control, go a little bit faster. Then we're going to switch hands. Left hand is going to play louder while right hand plays softer. Can you hear the left hand? Definitely. So again, it's going to take a little time to adjust. So once you master that, you can apply that to a piece you're working on. But first, do it on something simple as 5 keys. Now, let me tell you about another exercise, very similar to it, but I think it's, at the same time, it's fundamentally different. Someone showed to me, another teacher showed to me about 5 years ago, and believe it or not, I couldn't do it right away. We're just wired one way, and we have to break that wiring before something going to change. So what he showed to me one hand plays, again, it's the same 5 keys, and another hand just pretend hitting this key, but making no sound. And I found it very difficult at first to just pretend. I played all my life, I always hit the key with intent to make a sound. And just touching the key without making sound was very difficult. And then switch hand, pretend with the right hand. And only when you master this, you feel kind of in control. You can pretend with one hand. You can start adding a slight sound, quiet sound with the hand that was pretending. Just very light touch. And switch, pretend left hand. I think it's a very useful exercise. The second one, my students actually like it better, and they're able. I usually talk about both exercises, but the second exercise seems to make more sense, and it's easier, and they can do it pretty much in 10-15 minutes. And again, if it takes you longer, it takes you longer. But it's a very, very useful skill to learn, to develop. So I hope you learned something new today. Have fun practicing.